So, and then what do we got coming up next week? Next week we have where are we headed to?
We're going to Kyle's show. You know,
Oh, Flet's uh, movies, Pop
movies,
Culture 13.
Yes.
I know that. I know that one. Speaking of Kyle,
Wait, hold on. Yeah, we got one. Don't we want to tell people what we're going to be talking about on that show?
oh yeah, yeah, we're gonna be talking about our '90s favorites, like favorite movies.
This
Like
should be
what is it?
interesting.
Top 10?
Top 10. Yeah.
Top 10?
Yeah, this should be interesting.
I think so. Do you already have your 10 picked out?
I had 35 picked out, and then
I know
I
you
spread
can't
the.
wait till yeah, I know you can't wait till game day. That's why I said I'm probably gonna have to just let you know what my 10 are before we hit the show. I don't know. Should I tell you what my 10 are?
No, we should leave it a surprise.
Speaking of Kyle, dude, Kyle sent me something. That's weird, man. Hang on, see if I can find it.
Dude, you're disappearing.
Oh, sorry. Give me a second. Oh, there we go.
Wait a minute. He sent you something and he didn't tell us?
Yeah, yeah. He sent it. I don't know.
What did he send you?
Some donut push button thing.
Dude, that says do not push.
No, that says donut push, dude, and I like donuts. So here's what I'm thinking. What the fuck just happened?
Brian, I told you not to push it.
What the hell just happened?
I have no idea where we're going to. This is a fun and trippy ride.
Oh boy, I didn't even take anything for this.
Yeah. You might want to hold on because this is about to get bumpy, I think.
Oh boy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. My name is Brian. With me always,
I'm Mark.
We're going to get it figured out eventually. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian. I was waiting for your intro to be over there, my guy.
That's actually funny.
With me always, my boy right here.
I'm Mark.
That's right.
Oh, my head. Whoa, what the hell? Where am I? Like, how did I end up here? Like, the last time I remember, I was opening up the fridge and then I got sucked into this portal and I didn't know where it was going to take me, but I ended up here. Where am I? Is this Jurassic Park? I know we're talking about the 90s next week, but I want to go to the 90s. Jeez. So this is the world that Spielberg built. This is nice and cool to see it up close. Hope Mark and Brian are okay. I sent Mark a package. I hope it got to them because I think the guys at the post office got it wrong and the name wrong because they didn't know how to speak English. They sounded like then these guys look like Oompa Loompas from Willy Wonka. Like, I don't know. And oh look, there's mushrooms. Maybe I'll save some from Brian. Well, maybe we shouldn't give him any because he's already wacky at it as it is. He doesn't listen to Mark anyway. So, but I better get out of here, find a way home because we're in 1992. I need to be in 2025 for my show. And there's a T-Rex behind me that looks like it's going to eat me. So I better find a button right now. Oh, and this is cool too. My mic from my channel ended up with me here for some reason. So, I'll see. Hopefully, I picked the right button. I hope I end up at home because I need to get out of here. Because so I can meet Mark and Brian next week. We're gonna discuss the '90s. So, all right, guys. Wish me good luck. Hopefully, I can get back home safely. Cheers, everybody. Good Lord. Settle down, T Rex. Peace, everybody. Whoa. Now where am I? Oh, I'm on Mark and Brian's channel. Come talking shit. Oh, wow. I'm wearing their shirt. Well, that button worked magic, but I need to be on my show, though. I can't be on theirs. They're supposed to be on my show. So this is like being on their channel, huh? They sure talk a lot of shit on this channel. Oh, is this the drink that Mark and Brian drink on their show? Don't tell them. Shh. I'm gonna take a little sip. But anyway, I shouldn't be here for too long because if Mark and Brian found out I was on their show, that's the end of it. Because Mark's watched too much wrestling. He will kick your ass. So Brian, well, he's a wacky dude anyway. He doesn't listen to anybody. So I better get out of here. So all right, guys, that is talking shit. I'll see you all later. I'll see you on the show. Hopefully this next button will make sure I end up on the show this time. So see you all later.
What?
Wow. What the hell happened?
What? What's
Dude, where
what's
we
going
at?
on, bro?
You pressed the button, you bitch.
Okay, first of all, that was days ago.
Yeah, I know. We just got here. Where the hell are we?
Special guest talking shit. April 22nd. April 22nd. Oh,
You
it's April 22nd, dude. This is our '90s show.
Oh, cool. Talking Shttt's new show.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. We don't even have to be special guests, dude. We can actually take over this show. This is Kyle's show.
How do we get to Canada?
You know, I don't know. You don't need a passport for Canada, do you?
Yeah, you need a passport.
No.
Yes. Hey, guess what, Trump? We're there. We're in Canada. You want to come deport us?
We're gonna help him with the wall. Yeah, very
Whoa.
special. Wait a minute.
Whoa, this button worked, did it? Whoa. Did I make it home? I'm finally home? Yes, I am. What are you guys doing?
What'd you send me, dude?
That was supposed to be to Mark, not to you. But those guys at the post office didn't know what they were. They didn't know how to speak English. They looked like Oompa Loompas from the Willy Wonka. And now they were how did you get the package? They must have wrote it wrong.
I don't know. This thing it said donut push. I hit a button expecting like a cruller or a glazed donut.
Brian, it says do not push.
Hang on a second. Hold on.
Wear your glasses.
You know what? I bet you that would help. I bet you that would help.
No wonder you can't read, and you're so obsessed with darn donuts anyway. Your whole.
Oh my God, guys! I can actually see you too. That's. Oh shit! That does say do not push. God, what am I supposed to do with this thing?
Don't push it again.
What was it? Was it meant to go to you anyway? Begin with.
Okay, well, I'll get it to Mark, and then like, what is he supposed to do with it?
Yeah, I'm going back.
I don't know.
I'm going back in time and getting my hip back.
That was probably what it was for, but those guys, the post office, didn't know shit. There was some magic.
Kyle, we made it, and we told you we'd be here.
Yeah, you know, for some reason, when you pushed the button, Brian, I was just opening up the fridge. I went in some damn portal, and I ended up in an actual Jurassic Park, of all things.
I saw the dinosaur. I saw it.
Huh?
Damn T-Rex behind you.
Yeah, but it didn't eat me. I got away, and then I ended up on some channel called Talking Shttt. Do you guys know that channel?
Whoa! That's our channel.
It's not just some channel; it's a good channel.
It is a good channel. I love you guys, but sorry, I was on your show. I drank that drink you guys have on your show.
Wait,
so don't kill me.
It's Coors Light. That's all it is. Guys.
No, that one was lit. Was clear. It was your special drink.
Oh.
So if he starts tripping anytime soon,
was it moonshine?
That makes more sense because I talked to a couple of guys from the 90s that sounded like this. Yeah. Talking shit. Very good show. It's time my time to score. I talked to those guys. Do you know those guys? You know that voice?
Yes, I do. We actually grew up with those guys. That was Beavis. Beavis and Butthead. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Well, they said something good about your show. They said they watch your show apparently. So I hanged out with them for some reason.
I'll give Beavis a call and tell him thanks for the shout out for talking shit. So
yeah,
that's awesome. Kyle,
anyway,
what do you want to talk about here today, though?
Well, I think we should kick off the show properly because we didn't really kick it off properly. Let's hit my intro, but we're going to talk about top 10 90s films. So
let's do
guys,
that.
Let's kick off the show. You guys are ready? Let's kick off the show properly because it's not the stream's not. You can't start the show with just us talking. You got to hit the badass intro because anyway. So here we go.
Drop it!
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Flet's Movies and Pop Culture 13. We're discussing all movies from host Kyle Chris Flet. Today, we're discussing our top 10 films of the 90s. I'm not doing this alone. We got my two awesome friends from their awesome channel from Talking Shttt. We got Mark and Brian. How are you both doing?
Good, buddy. Good. How are you?
We're good.
Doing good. Well, after all that adventure I went through, I took a shower. I'm doing good now. So I finally made it home. I hope you guys made it well because you guys look like you're on an adventure of whatever was going on.
Yeah, it was something else. I'll tell you what. We ended up on a couple of little areas, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what is going on here?" I thought I was trying to introduce the show. I was trying to open the show, and the old logo was there, dude. How about that? The original Talking Shttt logo. Do you remember?
No. Oh, hold up. Wait. The original one? No.
Well, the second original Talking Shttt.
Oh gosh, that's taking years back.
Yeah.
One day I'll show you the original. I actually found it.
Wow, that's aging, huh? Just really digging in.
Quite honestly, it's one that we never used.
Oh, well, maybe for a good reason, but for some reason you end up in the archives of Talking Shttt. So.
We're gonna put it on a shirt one day.
Did you see any weird characters from the 90s on your way here?
Lots of them, dude. Lots of them. Yeah. And since we're here talking about our 90s faves anyway, a couple of people I ran into, so.
Wow. Well, maybe one of them was chasing with a knife, maybe. Who knows?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I don't think we went down that rabbit hole.
Oh, maybe for Brian's sake, you didn't. Mark would have survived. Brian wouldn't have.
It was Mark wearing Oshkosh Bagosh overalls and a striped shirt. It wasn't Chucky.
Oh, well.
Don't tell him I said that, though. Hey, Mark, how are you? What's going on, buddy?
I don't know if he turned his volume on his ears up so he can get the hear. What's up, Russell? How are you doing? I'm happy you enjoyed the skit. Do not.
It said donut push. I still think it said donut push.
Well.
That's what happens when you don't wear your glasses.
Good luck. Did it turn Brian to Stone Cold? Well, maybe. You thought he was drinking beers with Stone Cold anyway.
No, absolutely. Listen, I ran my four-wheeler into a barrier the other day. Don't tell anyone.
It's a Temu Stone Cold.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me, Mark.
Hey, Peter, what's up?
Well, I thought I was on the wrong channel for a minute. Oh, you're on the channel. It's got a little wacky getting here. Hey, Peter, I hope you got this all the opening intro we did. Go back. If you missed it, go back and watch it later.
It was fun. It was fun.
That was fun. But next time, I'm just going to hand deliver anything I send to Mark. I'm not going so damn post office next time.
That's going to be kind of hard to hand deliver to me unless you're coming, you're in Canada.
Well,
It's okay.
Florida.
It's like across the border. It's fine.
Yeah, well, if you're able to, yeah, well, you're so loud. Mark be able to stick me, but you won't be. So, but as for me, we'll just figure out some teleport. I'll just teleport to Mark and then back to Canada.
Next time, just tell me to press the button, and we'll just.
Yeah. Not having Brian handle anything ever again. So.
Every so often, Brian's good at what he does.
Of course. So, but anyway, let's talk about what we're here for. So we're gonna discuss, our top 10 90s.
I was gonna say, what are we here for? I forgot. We've been talking so long, I forgot what we were here for.
I thought this was talking shit. Like we were just gonna sit around and BS. It's campfire style.
Yeah, I was on your channel, so we're not. This is my show now. So
okay.
Oh, whoa.
But we're gonna be discussing the 90s. I'm still dazed and confused here, but that's what we're really talking about.
Dazed and confused.
That's a movie in the 90s.
It is. Not sure, but yeah. So we're really going to be discussing our top 10 films in the 90s. So, because a lot of nostalgia from all the genres in this this list. It's going to be a chaos tonight. A lot of laughs, everybody. So. I'm gonna hate to say this, but let's let Brian kick off the show. What's your number 10?
All right, give me 1 second. Let me get it up there on the screen for you guys. My number 10, and I hate to say it, it's a number 10. It should be.
I know this was.
It should be number 1.
I had to do a lot of honorable mentions because I had to choose my 10.
It should be.
I could have went through and did like 35 honorable mentions, but
So when I click it, this will be your first one, right?
That's my first one. That'll be number 10. This
American
is
X?
History X. And if you have not seen this movie, guys, this is where, if you've not heard of something called a California curb stomp, this is the movie that defined what a curb stomp was, or a California curb stomp. American History X depicts Edward Norton as a racist skinhead, former, I think he was in prison, gets out of prison and comes back, and then Eddie Furlong is his little brother who has to kind of follow his path. And at times Eddie's like, yeah, no, you're not doing that. You're not going to follow my path. You're going to make your own. Watch the movie. It's fantastic. I think that you'd really dig it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the show. I think it's one of Edward Norton's best performances of his career. Edward Furlong was amazing in it too. You got Feroza Balk was in it too. And they really tackled some subjects in here. And yeah, the beginning is just what an opening that was. He curb stomped the guy right on the.
The ending was a little bit of a shocker too, though.
Yeah, because Edward Furlong gets shot too in the bathroom.
Hey! No spoilers, guys.
Oh well.
Oops.
30 years later, and no.
Watch the movie. It's
watch the movie, everybody.
It's from 1992, if I remember correctly, 92 or 93. I don't remember exactly.
It was something like that.
What a great
one of the best of the 90s for sure. So good pick, Brian. What about you, Mark?
My number 10. I went simple with this one. I decided, I was like, okay, what's the easiest to go with out of my 35 that I had picked out? I went with Face Off.
John Woo. Nice.
You can't go wrong with switching faces to try to find the person that planted the bomb. Where the bomb's going to be. You can't go wrong with who the good guy is and who the bad guy is. And me and Brian had this argument about this movie. So, Kyle, who was the good guy and who was the bad guy?
Oh, you're gonna ask me that when I'm still confused.
I think the movie started off.
To think about it, because
John Travolta's the good guy.
John Travolta's the good guy. Nicolas Cage is the good guy because John Travolta is playing Nicolas Cage, and then it switches.
Right.
That's how it's supposed to be.
And I thought it was backwards. I thought
Oh, no.
I thought it was backwards because I thought that Nick Cage starts off as the good guy. Is that not accurate? Nick Cage is the
No.
good guy.
Nick Cage was
He,
always
he was dancing around in the priest outfit, and
Okay.
go watch the movie again.
I got to now. So, I mean, fantastic film as far as that goes. I mean, I think that could happen nowadays, but in the 90s, I don't think that was absolutely possible at all. So,
What were you doing last summer, Brian? I guess Mark knows. So,
I don't know.
I don't want to know.
All right, Kyle, it's your turn.
But no, good pick, Mark. I think that's John Woo's best American movie, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm sort of curious on how they're going to do the second one.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're doing a second face-off.
Yeah, it's wild, dude.
But John Travolta and Nicolas Cage did an awesome job. So, and it was.
When they work together, they're freaking awesome. I mean, they played off each other very well.
For sure. Hey, Sippin', how you doing? Hope everyone is doing good. Hey, Sippin' Ice, how you doing, man? John Travolta is a good guy with Nicolas Cage is the villain. 100%, Russell. For me, my first one is 1995's Jumanji with Rob Williams.
Good pick too. You're absolutely right. There was a lot in that movie.
Oh yeah, it kicks off like a horror film. You remember those two kids at the beginning in that timeline trying to bury it? There were some horror elements there, and it kicks off. With Alan Parrish, dealing with bullies, trying to be in the his dad's shadow too at the same time. Mm-hmm. And then one the workers get blamed for putting the shoe in there when it was Alan, but then he finds a girl that he does have a crush over with, and then he rose the wrong thing where it says in the jungle you must wait till you roll a 5 or 8, and then he gets sucked in. Goes years later, and it's Ron Williams playing the older Alan Parrish. You got Kristen Dunst in her younger days in here as well. I love how the father plays the double role. He's playing the father, but he's also playing the hunter.
Yes, so. And most people do not realize that. You know that, right?
No, I have to tell people still.
Wait, who's playing the hunter?
Oh, it's what's his name? John, I think it's Jonathan something.
No, tell him the character he's playing.
Oh, he's playing. What's the hunter's name?
I don't know the hunter's name, but he's playing the hunter and he's playing another character also.
Alan Parrish's father. I can't remember his name in a way, but
most people don't realize that the guy's playing two different characters.
No, and I love the fact it messes with your imagination because it's actually stuff come out of that darn that board game. It's so many years later. Bonnie Hunt, plays the older version of Sarah Whittle. And you see lions come out. The mosquitoes freaked me out when I was a kid because how big those damn things were.
Come to Florida and you might find a couple of those down here. They just, they carry babies away. That's what they do.
Well, you've seen them in Zombies too, so.
That's right.
But then I do like to see when the monkeys hijack the police car. Remember when they think he's weird? The cop thought he was weird. Monkeys. He's either right upstairs.
David Alan Grier, right?
Alan Grier, yeah.
Yeah.
And the one who played the ant was Lita from Frasier. So. But yeah, it's funny how the monkeys they take the shotgun, shoot it off, and they drive off with the police car.
Yeah.
But at the very end, after all the chaos, they were able to, win, and they go back to where him and Sarah are hugging when they're young, and then later on they're actually meet the kids again. But this time they don't tell them have an accident. So Jumanji's a classic from Ron Williams for sure.
Yeah.
So to keep it short and sweet. So, but yeah, that was my number 10. Jumanji has always been one of my favorite movies. So that's my number 10. So we'll see what.
I got my number 9 on deck, Kyle. I'm going to pop that bad boy up. That's a little movie called Army of Darkness.
Your number 9.
My number 9, yeah. Army of Darkness. Wow, what a freaking great film. From the minute the tree is casting shadows into the bedroom and that, you know what I'm talking about? I just thought, fantastic filmography throughout. And who'd have thunk it, man? Like, your hand gets possessed, so you chop that son of a bitch off and you add a chainsaw, bro. You're something else, dude. To freaking chop your hand off. No matter what, dude. I don't know that I could do it. Do you think that you could chop your own hand off?
Depends on what the reasoning for.
Depends on the situation. But yeah, Sippin loves your pick.
Hell yeah, it's a fantastic film, man.
I thought when you pressed the button, I think that's where you and Mark would have went for some reason. It wasn't in the 90s at all.
Listen, that tunnel was leading us somewhere. I'll tell you what. Boy.
Into the fancy world, probably.
That was my number 9 pick. All in all, I think you can watch that movie to this day and not get bored with it.
I'll let you know once I actually watch it.
You've not seen the Army? Do you know what the Necronomicon is?
Yes.
You don't. Okay.
Let's not let Brian read that, because otherwise it'll be hell.
I still want to get I want to get a copy of it for, you know.
Of course Mark wants a copy of it.
Don't give Brian one. You know what he'll do with it? You can't even touch buttons and leave buttons alone. I can imagine reading the book. But no, good pick. I think Army of Darkness is still fun. I'm more on the dark side when it comes to Evil Dead, but I still have fun with Army of Darkness. It's a fun one, so I enjoy that one. So that's a good pick.
Quint, shut up. Damn dog.
You must be talking to Quint from the 70s. I'm just kidding.
No, my dog.
I know. So what's your number 9, Mark?
My number 9, I went comedy. It's about one of the few Jim Carrey movies that I actually like, and that's Liar Liar.
Nice.
And that's the thing. Like, he picked Liar Liar over other Jim Carrey movies to be his number 9. I'm trying to figure
some of the other ones that I like are in the 2000s, so I couldn't go that route. And I mean, I like the fact that, you know, and thank you, Sippin. I like it too. Eventually, it'll be changing. I like the fact that, you know, the kid made that wish that his father couldn't lie to, and you know, all kids would love that. Make that wish where their parents couldn't lie.
Don't let your kids wish it.
And all said and done, he learned that what was most important to him.
I agree, and that's a good pick, Mark. Because I told you guys just to choose your favorite movies you enjoy. So, because remember that everybody's list could be different for the 90s. So.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So.
Well, hopefully we don't end up stepping on each other's toes, and we all get to pick something a little different. So.
That's why I went the direction I went, because people were expecting me to pick certain movies. So.
Yeah, which is weird because I literally thought you were going to pick a lot of horror stuff. So what is your number 9, Kyle?
Well, why would I talk about horror when I went through the horrors myself for getting here? So, I always got Ethan back there. My number 9 is I think it's the best out of the two, the original Space Jam, Michael Jordan.
The second one sucked as it shouldn't even have been made. But that's
I know it shouldn't have been made. That's why I said this is the best one. This should have been the only one. But I do like the original Space Jam because you remember it. You know, whoever thought Michael Jordan in his career would play basketball with the Looney Tunes, which he did, and they also did his story at the same time while doing it. So it's pretty cool how they linked that in.
Right.
And you know, Michael Jordan was great. I liked how he first met Bugs Bunny when he says, "Bugs Bunny, well, were you expecting the Easter Bunny?" We just had Easter, so that's pretty funny.
Listen, the Looney Tunes, we grew up, I mean, as young kids. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I sat down in front of the TV to watch, was all the Looney Tunes stuff.
Yeah. And
that was just one of the few that I watched.
I love the fact they tried to trick the monsters by playing basketball, and the monsters clicked in, so they had to get bigger. They're stealing talent from Charles Barkley, you know, Patrick Ewing, all those legends.
Larry Johnson.
They had the
Muggsy
of basketball. Yeah, Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah, I love the fact they had to act like they know how to throw a free throw.
That's great.
Very funny hit. And then, you know, eventually you got Wayne Knight in there. You do get appearance by Larry Bird, who tells Bill Murray he can't play. Yeah, and then at the end they finally face the monsters, and I think it was a lot of fun. And of course, I love how Bill Murray appears and Dan Aykroyd as the head monster says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was in this picture." So, but then they finally defeat them, and then Jordan, because Jordan did try baseball back in the day because his dad actually did get lost his dad, and he wanted to be dad's football. Unfortunately, he realized his talent was there, so he did go back to basketball, and Bulls kicked ass for a while there.
The Space Jam helped him kick ass.
For sure. So
that's why everybody in high school wore the Bulls hat. That's that, right?
For sure. Me. But it's a classic. It's a classic, and I love it. So
King Matthew said that favorite '90s film has to be Tremors, or even the Ace Ventura series.
Nothing wrong with that. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of movies that was from this series. So, but thank you for being here, King Matthew, as well. So, hey Gene, how are you doing? What's up, Big Rod? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, that was my number 9, Space Jam. I love that movie.
I got my number 8 on deck. If you want to take a look at that one.
Jeez, Brian, I'm surprised you didn't end up in this war with the Predator.
Oh yeah. So Predator 2. So crazy story. I had not seen Predator 1. I watched this film first, and I thought that this movie was so great that I had to go back and watch Arnold Schwarzenegger version of Predator. And quite honestly, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Still, Predator 2 with Danny Glover is by far, I'm going to say 10 times better than the original. That you can do a sequel to a film, and a lot of times they just don't turn out great. But I think that they did a really good job here. You get to meet the Predator up close and personal, and literally learn a little bit more about the Predator and the weapons that they carry and all that stuff. What, Mark?
Did Mark freeze?
What?
Okay, first off, no.
No, what? You don't like the film?
No, I mean, you have your right to, pick on whichever film you want, but you're picking that one over the first one?
Absolutely. I thought that this film was much better. We got to see better kills.
Well, I'm the opposite on that.
I think he's smoking some crack.
I think so. What kind of crack did you find in those portals?
I'm a Predator 2 guy. I'm sorry, dude. It's super.
Well, we need to tell Stacy you need to stay away from those special donuts, I think.
Listen, best line in the movie, you are one ugly mother. And then the Predator responds and says, fucker. And I was like, yes. Yes, dude.
That was in the first movie as well,
He didn't say it like that. He didn't say you.
I know.
He didn't say you're an ugly motherfucker.
It took Danny Glover to you did too. Don't start arguing with me, you bullhead. And the original Arnold Schwarzenegger called him an ugly motherfucker. So,
oh, he did, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't work on the 80s. Otherwise, Brian really could be confused with the 80s. But no,
it's a matter of opinion, dude.
I know. I'm just bugging you. But I do prefer the original. But I think Predator 2 is my second favorite for sure. So.
Now the later films, just so you guys know, I think are trash. I'm sorry. I can't do the Alien versus
especially the Predator.
I can't do it. I cannot do it. Predator 1 and 2 is where it's at, but Predator 2.
I'm a big Ron. Corrupting people.
I stopped watching after 2. So.
Good, you did it. You did it right. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to know. I mean, here's the thing. Here's what I would like to see, guys. I would like to see the female version of the Predator character on the big screen, and not like that whole where it's like, oh, look at all these predators. You got these big giant males, and then you got. I want to see just the female version, like it comes to space and wreaks havoc and just absolutely decimates, and then boom, we've got a new anti-villainous hero kind of thing. I wanted to go after all dudes and just fuck us up.
I told you, Chad, he's a wacky doodle.
That's called Species. Watch that movie.
See, Species. That was a. All right, we'll get to it.
She really fucked everybody up. But that's a different
Yeah, I
story.
think someone's gonna give you the Stone Cold Stunner yet, Brian. So, but what's your number? What's your number 9, Mark?
Oh, my number. No, we're on number 8.
8.
Oh, 8. Yeah, that's right.
My number 8. It's called a movie called The Program.
Oh no, wait, no, it is number 9. I haven't said mine. Oh yeah, it is number 8. Never mind. Sorry, I must be completely confused.
Cross it off your list.
Yeah,
Okay.
cross it off your list. You know.
Okay. Yeah, you're number 8. Go
You
ahead.
might want to stay off the. It's called The Program. It's a football movie.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Basically, it's a guy that was in a program. He was up for the Heisman. He was alcoholic, and then you had all the other football members that are, steroid users. It was a great movey, though.
This isn't the one with Scott Bakula.
No. That's necessary
roughness.
Okay.
Or they get in the bar fight in there.
Yeah, this is the one where they had to cut it out of the movie where they were all drunk and they were laying in the middle of the road as cars were going by.
Oh yes, I remember that because we were doing that in high school.
Yeah,
we literally did that. We literally did that at my house. Do you remember this?
And somebody got ran over by a car and they blamed it on the movie.
Yeah.
But the movie is really good. It basically, you get to watch a program on what actually happens. So.
Well, it's been a while since I drank Kool-Aid, Russell, but yeah, I'll stay off the Kool-Aid for a while.
You did drink the clear liquid on our show.
So that's what it was.
Kool-Aid.
So what's
Please
Kool-Aid?
don't drink more of that. That is dangerous. If you put a lighter near that, you'll blow the house up.
Well, I already drank some, so you can't stop me. So no wonder you guys don't usually drink it on your show usually. So.
No, you can't, dude. Like people.
But I did.
Like, whoa,
I did.
What is that?
But no, my number 8, good pick, Mark. I haven't seen that one. I'll have to check that out for sure.
Yeah, you should. I liked it. It was worth watching.
Sounds good.
I went to the theater to see it.
Nice.
I don't remember much in the theater but that's a different topic.
Yeah, let's not get into that stuff. Sorry, this show was already off rails as it is. Number 8. My number 8 is, I think, one of my all-time favorite childhood classic is the original Toy Story. It was a game changer for the animation. Toy Story was a game changer. Tim Allen and Tom Hanks was as Buzz Lightyear and Woody. I think it was a classic. That animation was classic. We also got Don Rickles playing Mr. Potato Head. Rest in peace. So I didn't realize the one that voiced Andy's mom though was Laurie Metcalf at first.
Yeah.
So,
I mean that movie alone was iconic just by what they did with it and how they did the story. Redoing that movie would be, or even making it into a freaking live action would.
Don't do it. They do it at Disney, and it's kind of
Disney's no longer doing them.
But no, Toy Story is amazing because Woody gets jealous because he gets a new president, and ends up being Buzz Lightyear. He starts trying to get rid of him, and then he accidentally did throw him out the window by accident. Not what he really wanted to go. But he went out the window. He gets lost. But I do love the one line in there, and this is probably what Mark says to Brian. You're a sad, strange little man.
He tells me that all the time.
I only call it like I see it, dude. I'm sorry.
You are a toy, a child's plaything.
Mark kind of looks like a dog's plaything, like a toy. If he listen, lay down in the middle of the road and see what happens.
Mr. Nisbet, you remember that scene where he's playing with tea, with Buzz is playing with tea at Sid's house?
You can lay down in the middle of the road and see what happens. I have enough problems wrong with my body, so.
Well, no. Mark, that might be I know you did last summer type plot there. Brian gets hit with the car.
Well, no, they might think that he's a Sasquatch, so
That's not me. That's another guy from another network. We're good. We're good here.
But we do get a little Exorcist reference in there when Woody's turns his head around at Sid in the backyard. Remember when he twists his head when all the toys are coming out of the going after him? So
little nod to some horror genre.
yeah, you
Yeah.
know, it put Pixar on the map. I thought, you know, it was a groundbreaking animation at the time. It was a game changer.
Yeah.
But there's that one line in there when Sid gets your Pop-Tarts ready. All right, that's Mark. That's Brian. That's Brian every Friday when Stacy says his donuts are ready. All right.
Yes. Listen, I'm a sweets guy. I gotta have them, dude. I'm sorry. So.
We know.
We know you can't. You even think buttons are donuts. So
Yes.
But no, my number 8 was Toy Story. Classic. I love it. And then they end up in a new house, and they find out they have a dog for as a gift. And remember Mr. Potato? Ooh, I got shaved. It was that easy, right? To shave that way.
Just taking it off. Yeah. I wish it was that easy.
So
I just need to take a little bit off. So.
Hey, Coy from Happy Sandro, how are you doing? So that was my number
Anthony's
8.
watching.
My number 7 is on deck, right there. This
Hey,
is
Anthony.
a movie
How you doing?
called.
I'll show you in a second.
Okay.
Rush Hour, huh?
Yes. So Jackie Chan, love him because he does his own stunts, and Chris Tucker at the time was coming up, and I think this kind of what.
I was thinking that was in the 2000s.
No, it was actually in the 90s, man. I want to say this is like 98 or 99.
I don't know why. I was.
Yeah. It was like 98, 99, something like that. But the two of them,
Yeah,
together,
98.
the
Yeah,
was,
98.
pairing together was fantastic. Because it was action and comedy, so I was just absolutely thrilled that this movie came out, and it's a movie that I would watch over and over again. Like if it's on TV and somebody's like, "Hey, you want to watch this?" I'll be like, "Yeah, absolutely, let's go." So.
Yeah, I love because Chris Tucker, I think, Chris Tucker ever since Friday was on a roll since then. That's another 90s movie with Ice Cube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Brian does every time too. Sit on the porch and just.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's because you didn't even know where That's because you don't even know where you are. So.
Whatever.
But no,
that's a friend of yours.
Yeah, of course. But Rush Hour is a good movie. I love the chemistry between Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. It's awesome. So I enjoy those movies. So hey, Tony, how you doing? Rush Hour 2 is hilarious. My favorite Rush Hour 2. Awesome. So what's your next one, Mark?
Boys in the Hood.
Awesome.
Damn, that's gangster as hell, you white ass cracker.
That's right.
Sorry, I had to go there. I knew you would pick that movie for some reason. I just kind of had a feeling.
I liked it because of the fact that it shows about what it could be like or what it is like in Crenshaw. The sad part is the ending. Both brothers die.
Yeah.
You guys are terrible for ruining movies for people. I'll tell you what.
You know what? If they have not seen it in 30 years, well, I don't care.
So the 90s are we going back that far? Is it 30 years?
Yes.
Holy cow.
I'm already as old as the 90s. So I'm 31, so that's how old it is. But you guys are older, of course. But
we lived the 90s. He was born in the 90s.
I live half of it. Never mind.
Yeah.
I feel like the 90s were like 8 years ago. Come on, dude.
We graduated in the 90s.
It was like 8 years ago when we graduated, bro. 10. 10. 11-ish.
What kind of a
15? Okay, fine. 15 years.
Mark's gonna send you to Compton if you don't behave.
Dude, Brian, I know that you sucked at math in school, but come on.
Okay.
1996.
At least I showed up.
Okay, I didn't.
His head showed up, but his brain didn't. But no, that's good.
All right, Kyle.
That is a good show. That is a good show, Mark. Boys in the Hood with Cuba Gooding Jr., Ice Cube, Lawrence Fishburne playing the father.
Oh yeah,
amazing movie. It really tackles the other sides of Hood as well. So.
Well, we grew up in the 80s too, but
right.
Yeah, but the 80s, I don't remember, man.
But that is a
I
good.
remember, I remember him. I just
What that was that one guy's director that's no longer with us. What's his name?
Singleton,
John
isn't it?
Singleton. John Singleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, good director, by the way. So yeah, good movie, good pick. My number 7 is a Joe Dante classic. My favorite, Small Soldiers.
So you're into the cartoony vibe here. I see
Well,
where we're
we're not-
going. I see where we're going.
It's not gonna stay there for long. So
I
We-
mean, we don't know what else he picked, so we'll
Toy soldiers, right? Is
Small
that what,
Soldiers.
small
Small.
soldiers? Yeah. That had
It was Phil Hartman's last film.
okay. I'm trying to think of the bad guy in it, wasn't it?
Tommy Lee Jones voicing.
Tommy Lee Jones, yes. Yeah,
Tommy
Lee
Jones was.
He was like the blonde character with the buzz cut and all that jazz.
How you say that name that he voiced? The bad villain toy.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I don't remember.
But I know Dan Slurry plays the head of that was running that one of the toys, but he ended up putting computer chips into toys. But I always love the scene because Kristen Dunst is also in it too. So
I think you got a Kristen Dunst thing. Because this is like the second or third film that
only the second film.
okay. How many more films do you have with her?
This is the only one that I know of anyway. So.
I'd laugh. He has a few more.
Probably. Who knows? I'm just searching up the name of the character right now. But it's a good movie. It was Phil Hartman's last film before you knew what happened to him. So, but I always love the scene. Remember that? I think it's the dad. That says, "What are you packing? What are you packing? Packing you." Remember that line?
No. But that's okay. I'll watch it again.
I'll have to watch it again.
Oh, yeah, it was
I don't
it was
remember. I don't. I watched. It's been such a long time. I forgot what.
Okay, yeah, Kristen Dunst, Gregory Smith, Jay Moore, Phil Hartman, Kevin Dunn, Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary was the other one that I remember in that. And
Yeah.
Used the characters in that.
Yeah, it was Major Chip Hazard that Tom Lee Jones was voicing.
No, Russell, it's not that I don't like her. I'm just, I think Kyle's got a little crush here or something. We're going to find out, though. We'll see what happens. I want to know how many more of his picks have Miss Kirsten Dunst. That's all.
And Dick Miller was in this too. The legend, Dick Miller. So, yeah, I love the movie. I love it, especially when they play. Tell me what you really want. That one wife of Phil Hartman character says, "I love this song." It's a good. I love the ending too. It's action packed. So you guys have to check it out again for sure. Small Soldiers. I enjoy that one from Joe Dante. So
all right, I have to watch that one. I'll have to watch it.
Watch it with Stacey. See what you think.
My number 6 is on deck. It's ready.
Empire Records, huh?
It's called Empire Records, and so here's the thing: I'm a huge Liv Tyler fan, and this movie was fantastic. You don't have to know much about music. It's not about music. It's literally about a record store that is being ran by some rambunctious teenagers, and I think the premise behind it is like it's going to get shut down and stuff like that, and they're just trying to keep this crew of misfits together, and some of them like each other and some of them don't. Best times were spent on the roof of Empire Records. That's all I can say, man. So if you haven't seen the film, I know it's 30 years old. Go back and watch the flick, dude. It's fucking good. It's good.
I have actually seen it, so.
I know it's not Canadian, but it's watchable.
That doesn't matter. We get a lot. Does it matter where it's from? We get a lot of American movies over here. No way. You get Canadian movies, so I don't care where it is. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I don't care where it's from.
That's right.
So, and a lot of the movies are filmed in Canada to begin with. So,
No, I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
X-Men.
Name 3.
X-Men.
Son of a bitch.
One of the Ghostbusters was. One of the Supermans was. Last of Us was the TV show.
Hey,
There's been a lot of movies in the Canada.
Most of
Rambo was in BC. First Rambo was in BC. So,
Wow.
if I'm not mistaken, wasn't part of one of Scream movies made in Canada?
yeah, 6. So
Okay.
Brian, shut up.
Okay, I'll shut up for now.
yeah, a lot of it. Even Friday 13 Part 8 was filmed in Vancouver, and that's Canada. So don't give me. And that's not even in the 8. Wait, is that 90s? That must be.
Part 8, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Because I knew they had 2 Jason movies in the 90s.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, where are we? I think it's Mark now.
Mark's on 6.
6.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Love it.
No.
Chris Columbus directs that one with Rob Williams.
I think I'm a big Robin Williams fan. I didn't pick a lot of his movies because of the fact that it would probably take up the whole damn thing. But I thought this was one of his really good ones to pick because he got to pick a different part, but he got to be himself too.
He got to be multiple different people in this film.
Well, yeah, he got to be himself. He got to be, but he got to play what he likes to play. He got to emphasize. Shit, I can't say. He got to, play make believe a lot. With his lines, most of his lines were, made up.
I love his one line when he says, "I've only been a woman a day, and I'm already getting hot flashes."
Oh, when he's hanging out with his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does his dance too with the broom, dressed as her. And that's with Sally Field in it too.
Sally Field.
And they were going to do a sequel before he passed, but
yeah, but
I don't know how they would have pulled that off. Quite honestly,
it would have been the grandkids somewhere down the line, but not everybody in the cast wanted to do it, so they Robin Williams decided he didn't. No.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been all that good.
No. So I agree. That's one of the movies that didn't need a sequel in a way. I don't think.
Oh, hell no.
But no, good pick.
I think it's your turn, buddy.
Yeah. So this is the last one before you get really serious. But this is the since my appearance.
Hold on. He said serious.
Yeah, we're halfway through it, dude.
I thought we were serious.
We were never serious. We never. We get serious once in a while. No, so this is a live action of a cartoon. Is the Flintstones one with John Goodman?
I was gonna put that down as one of my honorable mentions, but I decided no.
After that, my movies get more serious. But the Flintstones, it's a classic. I think the first one's great. I didn't like the prequel from 2000.
I didn't like that one or the second one, or yeah, they made a second one for it, but and then the prequel, it didn't fit.
No, the first one I thought was great with John Goodman, Rick Moranis. You also got Halle Berry in there, which was supposed to be for Sharon Stone. That's why her character is called Miss Stone. The first place.
But
she was perfect.
That's what made me, like her, Halle Berry altogether.
That was my introduction to begin with to her before Swordfish.
Was the Flintstones?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think the way the sets looked, it looked exactly like it was in the cartoon. The sets looked amazing.
I liked I liked how that they made Dino. I liked how they
Bam Bam.
Yep.
And the reason why they had Rosie McDonald as Betty because she could do the laugh. So
she still
sucks.
Yeah.
But you also had a legend play the two play Wilma's mom was Elizabeth Taylor.
Right.
So
all said and done, that movie was I think was put together it was ahead of its time pretty much, I think.
Yeah, and Spielberg producer. It was great. I think I enjoyed it. It captured what we loved about the cartoons. because I know my parents grew up on that one, and I saw the reruns. So, it's a good one. And then Angie, you get to see Mr. Slate Flintstone. How did this happen? He has explained what happens to, played by Kyle. I can't how do you say his last name, but he was a good villain too. So, but I loved the movie. So
Sharon Stone is awesome. Loved her in Quick and the Dead.
that's a good '90s movies as well. Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi. She was also a Casino. So.
Oh, Casino was fantastic. That's another '90s flick that I think we're missing, unless somebody brings that one up.
You never know until we finish up all of them. You never know what's going to come up.
Well, here's the thing, guys. While we're over here talking about Fugazi movies, I got one hanging out for you for my number 5.
Well, forget about it.
Put it back in his pants.
Yeah, forget about it.
You forget about it.
No, you forget about it. You quit touching your damn doors and pressing buttons is what you need to be doing. But that starts a good segue, Donnie Brasco.
A little Donnie Brasco action here, based on a true story about an undercover FBI agent. This one featured Al Pacino and Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp did a fantastic job in this, dude. And I think it once again, it's another film that you can watch over and over again, I think, and not get bored with it. You always want it to be a little different and steer in the other direction. Every time I've seen it, I'm like, oh man, I want this to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want him to be an FBI agent. I want him to keep. I want him to keep helping them. So
that's on Tubi. Yeah, I also own the Blu-ray for that.
You've got a Blu-ray for it?
Yeah, I got a Blu-ray of Donnie Brasco. Yeah,
perfect.
It's on the shelf somewhere. So
it's right over. It's right over there.
Yeah. Well, you didn't. Well, the button didn't turn you into Sergeant Hero's Army Man walking around on the shelf, Brian. This ain't.
No, that's true. It could have happened though.
Well, it could have, because you could have hit the wrong thing. It's a good thing I didn't give you it's a good thing I didn't give you the shrink machine, because it would have been Mark. I shrunk ourselves.
It's okay. Mark's already halfway there anyway. Yes. Score. Fuck yeah.
So.
Thanks for the lead in, Kyle. I appreciate it.
Damn it. You definitely shrunk yourself, Brian. Can you see him running around?
Mark, we're getting a little short on time. What was your number 5?
My number 5. I believe
I got the joke. Finally clicked to me what he said.
No, I knew what he said. That's why I was like, okay. My number 5 is The Crow.
Oh yes, I was gonna pick it, but I saw your list, and I was like,
figured Mark would pick it. That's why I didn't choose it, because I didn't really want to match you guys.
Well, originally I was going to take it off my list because it was on Brian's. I showed Brian my list. I was like, dude, this is my list, and he was like, man, I got The Crow on it too, and I'm like, damn.
It's okay.
I was like, I could change it. He goes, no, you keep it. I'll change mine. Okay, good. Yeah. I wasn't changing mine. Fuck you.
Yeah, Brandon Lee's final film, dude, and what a fucking performance. I haven't seen the new stuff. Have you watched the new one yet?
I have.
I have not.
I still haven't yet.
Only because I want to play that homage to Brandon Lee, and I don't think anybody.
Okay, well, the difference between them is, 1, the way it's set up. Mm-hmm. 2, the way the makeup, all that is. I think that they did a great job with the remake. I still think that they could have used a different name instead of, the name that they use. But all in all, the original is always going to be better.
Yeah.
The original is always going to be the original, yeah.
But, you couldn't go wrong with the comic. The way that they made it into the movie, they did a great job. I mean, Brandon alone, he was such a star before he was killed.
Yeah.
And what's so crazy, they have that shot in there too where it actually happened. So in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, you can't take it out. How do you take it out?
Oh, they could have. Yeah. They could have taken it out.
That whole scene goes to shit.
Right.
Of course.
But there's ways around that. There could have been different ways, but you know what? It happened. You know, the guy lives with it his whole life.
It definitely influenced the wrestler Sting to start dressing like the Crow. You know, it influenced the Dark Knight because there's some influences in the Dark Knight that I noticed. So,
yeah. Sting had never seen the movie The Crow.
No,
he was a judge. Wasn't it Kevin Nash?
Scott Hall.
It was Scott Hall that said, "Have you never seen this movie?"
They made him watch it, I think.
And they made him watch it, and that was it, dude. He was hook, line, and sinker, and bam, we got Crow Sting, and it was fantastic, dude. I think I like that Sting a lot better than the happy-go-lucky blonde beach boy fucking woo. You're not Ric Flair.
That's for a totally different show.
Let's just save that.
Okay, save that for tomorrow night.
Yeah, we can talk about that tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, people don't know what's tomorrow night, though. You know that we're doing on a different podcast.
We're on the show too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, and this time no pressing buttons.
Okay, first of all, if you send it to me,
yeah, but the darn people at that darn post office sent it the wrong person. They didn't know English. They look like those Oompa Loompas I keep telling you. And Mark thinks it was a magic post office. I think so, because I don't know what the whack that was.
I think Kyle was on some drugs.
Special candy, most likely, or Kool-Aid, whatever the hell that was.
All right, Kyle, you're number 5.
It's I think it's an awesome movie, and it created one of the best video games of all time. It's Pierce Brosnan's first Bond movie, GoldenEye. I enjoy the first. I think that's my favorite of his when it comes to. I think GoldenEye is a lot of fun. Created one of my favorite video games I ever played in the '90s with GoldenEye.
So. Well, see, I've never
on Nintendo 64.
I've never watched a Bond movie ever.
Oh.
And I never played the video game because I was too busy with,
girls.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah.
So
I'd still like girls at that age. Never
mind. No, I mean.
I know. Shut up. I get it. I don't need to know your sex life in the '90s, Mark.
But it was fun.
Yeah, well, of course it is fun. What would it be? Else would it be? But no, I just like this first movie. GoldenEye, GoldenEye. Well, it was Harry Potter that got me the girls, but that's another story so, for another time. GoldenEye is a classic. You got who's Trevelyan. Fans help me.
Who is it?
Trevelyan. Who? Sean Bean. Sean Bean was Trevelyan in the movie. I'm not going to spoil it too much. I know Mark hasn't seen it. But
you can spoil it for me all you want. I'm not watching it.
Oh, okay, good.
Weirdo.
I love the opening where he jumps off the dam. Yeah, I know, Russell. We'll learn my lesson for next time. For sure. I'm not saying no buttons. Right. Hey, Jamie. How you doing? I love GoldenEye. I think it's the strongest Pierce Brosnan movie out of his Bond movies. And I love the twist where they find out that Trevelyan is alive at the end. The one who played Jean Grey plays one of the villains in the movie that you face in the jungle level in the 64 era. But I love the ending where Bond faces Trevelyan on top of that. And he flies off, and it gives an iconic line where he says, "For England, James, no, for me," and shoots him. So I love the whole Bond.
Here's the thing: we play a lot of Call of Duty right now, right, Kyle? I think me and you could fucking team up and just absolutely decimate people on GoldenEye.
Oh, definitely, because people would have to play in the same room with you. They can't play online on GoldenEye.
Yeah, you going to Canada?
I would just to play that game. Let's go. You want to go?
Sure. Well, if are you gonna tell your wife where you're going?
let me ask you a question. If they revamp that game and do it where you can go live with one another, I'm getting it. I'm telling you right now, I'm getting GoldenEye.
You would have to get Nintendo.
Switch, I think. The Switch.
No. No. I think it was Namco that made the game originally.
Doesn't matter.
Namco got bought by.
No. It was war. It was war. It was what the heck is that company's name now? Warware. Rare. It was Rare that made that game back in the 90s.
Was it? I thought it was Namco.
Oh no, it was Rare.
You can play it on Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Microsoft will figure out a way to buy the rights to this shit.
I doubt it.
No, they'll just keep cramming Call of Duty down our throats, right?
And you'll keep playing it.
Of course we will. I can't help it.
And then you know, rage quit like a little whatever.
Shut up. Listen, it's only because I'm on the side of the house trying to take a shit. You over here looking at me. Oh, that's a scene from my next film, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, okay. Let's see what your next film. I heard of that. That is Friday.
Yeah, this is Friday. Ice Cube, Chris Tucker. Once again, Chris Tucker coming out of. He was a stand-up comic, man, that jumped into acting, and these movies have just bolstered him as a. He's just fantastic, dude, at what he does. So whether he's in Friday and why he didn't do Friday After Next is beyond me.
I think it was money.
I mean, I feel like it wasn't. I feel like it was because he was shooting either shooting a movie with Jackie Chan or he was filming. There was another movie that he filmed too that wasn't as funny as the other stuff that he has done. But
that when they wanted to get a new film. But the studios kept, pushing it. John Witherspoon passed away, so.
But they are releasing a final film.
They are, yeah. So hopefully they're gonna get Chris Tucker.
Hopefully they have the barbecue and get everybody there at the barbecue.
Probably at the end.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, but I love probably Brian because I remember how he fights the bully at the end in the hood there.
You got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, and what John Witherspoon would do when he would make that sound when he would eat those, I think, grapes.
Yeah. Don't go in the bathroom for about 30, 45 minutes. Yeah, he's so good, man. He was so good. Yeah. Damn, Pop. I love them, man. Ice Cube is not a funny actor. But with this film, it actually made him a funny actor, and then he went on to do other stuff like I think "Are We There Yet" was okay.
Are We There? Oh yeah, "Are We There?" The first one was good, but the second one, yeah. Ride Along was good too.
Are You There Yet? When the
Ride
kid
Along
puts
was good.
The knife in Ice Cube's pocket, he gets blamed for it at the airport. He gets tackled.
Yeah, I think it's all who you pair him with too. I think with Chris Tucker, he's funny. With
he was funny in 21 Jump Street movie.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, but look who he's paired with. He's with Jonah Hill and he's with
Bugging Green Jesus. He has the time of your problems.
I mean, so if he had to carry the movie himself, I don't think he could. Quite honestly.
Yeah, Barbershop was good, Jamie.
Again, he was paired up with a bunch of comedians.
Great comedians. Yeah. So
what's
I think we're on number 5 there, Mark.
Number 4, bitch.
Four, Mark. Brian. Geez, you guys. Let's go with it, Mark. What's your 4?
My number 4, I should have had up a little bit more, but I figured that I'll get to it before Kyle until he told me he didn't have any horror on his, and that's Scream.
It's because I knew you were going to have Scream. That's why I didn't touch it.
I wouldn't have done it if I'd have known that.
Yeah.
I figured you were going to go with all fucking horror, and you surprised us.
Surprised us.
Yes. Horror is horror, yeah.
Well, I'm a horror channel too, but I just didn't want to make it obvious this time. So.
Scream is a complete icon movie. You can never get it. Everything that happened in that movie was, straightforward. It was the first time that you didn't see the actual killer, type thing. You didn't know who the killer was. Now, if you went through it, you could guess it all. But You know, from the opening to the end, it was all shock and awe.
And Mark, I love your joke when I did my series spoil no spoil. You're like, you spoiled it for me, Kyle. So, but at that time when you see that trailer, when you've seen it for the first time, it doesn't really show anything, give you hints of anybody. If you've seen it for the first time, it doesn't. And
Right.
it's a good mystery movie.
Well,
because
you know why I said that though, because you know I just wanted to be a smartass there.
I know you were because you're being Mark.
But yes, I mean, Scream alone, having somebody call, asking you all these questions, trying to be nosy, and then all of a sudden, flip that switch.
I like to know who I'm looking at.
I want to know who I'm looking at. Yeah.
What did you say? I like to know who you're talking to. That's not what you said. What do you think I said? And then the tone just changes completely. No, you listen here, you little bitch. You said you hung out with me again. I'll cut you like a fish. Understand? Yeah, it's like more of a game, really. Can you handle that, Blondie?
And that's where one of my favorite phrases, "fuck rag." I like to use that, and that's where I got it from.
Oh, well, now you can look at Billy's telling Stu. Well, no one did you say? No one did you say, buddy? And he's telling him that the Stu don't say anything. Basically, there you go. But Wes Craven, legendary director.
When he did that, when he came up with that movie, I didn't know much about it when I first watched it. After that, it was like, and then when I showed it to my kids, they fell in love with the whole series.
And now we're getting a 7, so I would imagine you're taking them to watch that. So
that's happening. They're taking it.
Well, right now my daughter Liberty, she's on the fence because she hates the fact that they're sort of
bringing everybody.
Yeah, but that's a different story that we'll talk later.
Oh, okay. But no, Scream's a classic. You know, Ken Williamson wrote it. Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, Dave Arquette, Matthew Lillard, Skeeter Ulrich, Jamie Kennedy. You know, even Henry Winkler played the principal to do a favor to West.
And having Drew Barrymore in the beginning, everybody thought she was going to be the star of it.
Yeah, she's the star of the movie. Why are you going to kill this girl, dude?
Spoiler, Brian.
Oh, you're telling us about spoilers. What do you go and do?
But the kills in it alone were, worth it all. It was great.
And I would imagine Barb Moots must have been the proudest because he created the artistic look at the ghost face, and it came in a Halloween costume. Who thought, huh? So,
I don't think that they're retconning it. I think it's going to be something totally different.
Just
because they have the twins from 5 and 6.
Yeah, Anthony, go check out the replay. We did a lot from the beginning. Especially the intro. If you guys haven't seen the intro that we did at the beginning, go check it out. It's pretty funny. So,
I'm still gonna watch it too, Russell. I think that you have to watch it if you've come this far in the franchise.
I'm gonna watch it for sure.
I'll be watching.
Listen,
I'll be there day one watching it.
Not a fan of Beetlejuice, but I was a fan of the first one, so I had to go watch the second one. Still not a fan.
Not yet, but we're getting there, Anthony.
You just got to hold on, Anthony. Somebody will probably say one of those.
Yeah.
No.
I always love how Stu, because remember it was just an accident when Skeet, because it was all bloody, and when he threw the phone, it was accidentally, because it was all sticky, right? So he threw it by accident, and then Stu just improvised like, "You hit me with the phone, dick."
And it stayed in. They left that in there.
And it worked with the scene. So
yeah.
My mom and dad are going to be mad at me.
Peer pressure, far too sensitive.
Where are you at on yours, Kyle?
So we're on number 4. 4. So yeah, Scream's a good pick, good choice. Number 4. Well, you're such a funny guy, Brian. You're a clown to amuse you. You make me laugh. Goodfellas. Goodfellas. I love Goodfellas.
Like I amused you?
You make me laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. That's it, Henry. And he did. Roy Loder's just hysterically laughing over there. But no, I think Goodfellas is one of Scorsese's best films.
Oh yeah.
It's one that I think it's a huge, it's one of the best mafia genre type movies. Roy Loder, Joe Pesci, De Niro. Frank Vincent gets beat up in the bar. He says, "Go shine your is it your shine box that he says? Go fetch your shine box, or whatever it is.
Go fetch your shine box.
Go get your shine box.
Yeah, the shoe shiner. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And then they beat the hell out of him.
Don't tell that man that dude is gonna fucking kill you.
And I love that the fact that Scorsese actually had his real mom in these movies. When they
I didn't know that.
Frank Vincent, when they're in the trunk, they go to it's supposed to be Joe Pesci's mom's character, but it's actually Scorsese's mom.
No shit.
Yeah, even Casino, she's in it. And then, of course, this is based on the real Henry Hill, right, and stuff. So, and I love the actress, because she's in Sopranos. She's great in it as well. And of course, the way it ends, everybody, starts being killed off, and Henry has
let me ask you a question though. If they wouldn't have tried to go after one another kind of deal and do that, do you think that they could have done a part 2 to that? Do you think there could have been a sequel?
No, because that was true story. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to do it because
it's the same thing though. Like with Donnie Brasco being a true story, that's why I was like, you want it to go in another direction so that you can get more out of the film, right? Like it's so good that you want to see more.
And Lorraine Bronco, I think was her name, was because he was in Sopranos too, that played the wife. So, geez, that takes you back to the old days of HBO, huh? Sopranos. So,
great series,
good series.
Never seen it.
Unfortunately, we lost him too soon. So,
when you get a chance, watch it. I think you'll like it. Before you say your number 3, Brian, I got a question for Kyle.
What?
So they released a trailer today.
Yeah.
When do we get your reaction for it?
Tomorrow.
That one I can't wait to see because.
Wait! What are we talking about? What drop?
I know what you did last summer.
So they're revamping it? Is it a new?
No, it's a legacy sequel that's continuation for the first 2 movies.
Okay.
Yeah. Even the sequel is canon, so they're ignoring the third.
It looks really good, so we'll see.
Yeah, and my reaction is ready for it to show tomorrow, so I'm not saying anything until tomorrow.
Yeah,
you guys can see.
I know his reaction now.
So, yeah. And Brian, we don't want to know what you did last summer because you're just all wacky deal as it is.
That's right.
But Mark knows. Mark always knows.
While you guys are over here talking about all these teenage angst murder mystery movies and such, I was partying in the 90s, and that's what brings me to Can't Hardly Wait. This movie featured what's her name? Hewitt.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You pick a movie and then you say it and you blank down her name.
So let's go. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
This movie had so many upcoming actors and actresses that you still see him.
Seth Green is absolutely hysterical. I mean, listen, this was a party movie. This was literally us.
He sort of reminds me. Seth Green sort of reminds me of a friend that we have.
I know what you're talking about, dude.
Alan.
Oh.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I concur with that. I mean, and that's why I said I think that they based this movie. I think that they came to Lecanto, met some of us, and then said, "Oh, we're going to make a movie, and we're going to call it Can't Hardly Wait," because we couldn't.
I can't hardly wait till Brian stops talking. No, I'm just kidding. No, but no good choice. I'm just teasing you, Brian.
And a fantastic soundtrack to go with it as well. So
yeah,
that's right. It's sequel and yeah. I'm not saying anything about the new one yet, but yeah. Good pick. That's because no one really talks about that movie. What you just mentioned, Mark, right. Brian. So what's your number 3, Mark?
Well, I went with a classic, in some ways it is, some ways it's not.
It's from the 90s. They're all fucking classics.
I know.
The good old days, right?
Forrest Gump.
Life is a box of chocolates.
I mean,
Or
that
you
one
want-
alone had so many, callbacks to the, everything. I like the graphics. Him shaking Kennedy's hand and saying he has to pee, and
I gotta play.
Or when he's
Yeah.
meeting Candy.
the whole time he's wanting his woman Jenny, and well, he ends up getting her, and I don't want to spoil it, as Brian would say.
Well, anyone who knows, so you haven't seen it, should know that ending. So
She dies.
What? Nuh-uh.
well, never watching it. No, I'm just kidding. I have seen it many times. so.
Lieutenant Dan was, it was a great character.
All the Vietnam scenes are brutal,
Oh yeah.
and it is a sad movie though because he did him and Jane do have a kid together, but he ended up losing her, and he ends up raising him on his own. So at the end, and Sally Field played his mom. So
Yep.
So it's a good movie. Forrest Gump is a Tom Hanks classic. So for sure. Are you okay, Brian?
Yeah. I was getting stuff ready.
Are you looking into the moons or what?
I was.
You know,
What is that?
where's Mark? Where's Brian even located? He looks like he'd be right behind the moon. Did you put him in space, Mark?
You're the one that sent him the button.
I was supposed to go for you, not him.
Sorry. Listen.
Where would it have sent us if I would have pressed it?
Well, I don't know why am I even sending you buttons that don't push? Maybe it's because I don't know why I sent you a button that was not pushed in the first place.
I thought that's how we were getting into the show. I didn't know that it was, the thing. But
I told him not to press it.
Yeah, well, does he ever listen to you? He's a wackadoo.
the donut push was the best, I think. Like, I literally was waiting for a donut to show up, and it was just going to be on. So, it's just,
Hey, Anthony, how you doing? And I enjoyed Sinners as well. So
I have not seen it yet.
I'm not saying anything.
what is Sinners?
Look it up.
Look it up. Just read it.
Watch the trailer.
Okay.
Enjoy it. Love it, Brian.
I'll have to check it out.
My number 3 is a Western classic, and it was Clint Eastwood's final Western, Unforgiven. So,
Oh, okay.
I loved Unforgiven. Clint Eastwood also directs it with Morgan Freeman. Gene Hackman plays the villain. It's one of his best westerns that he ever directed. And it was paid as homage to like the spaghetti westerns that he did in the past, and I enjoyed the movie. It's really good. It's a classic in the western genre.
At least
Unforgiven. Check it out.
You didn't pick like a alien. What was that alien cowboy movie from the? I think that was like 90s. May have been like early 2000s.
What, Aliens and Cowboys?
Yeah.
That didn't even make my top 35.
Mark has been plundering here for these fucking films. He's like, wait a minute. Unforgiven. So give us a little synopsis, man.
Unforgiven. This is, well, it's almost like a retired. I'm just gonna read it what it says there. I can't remember what it actually says.
That's okay.
So, yeah.
I don't mean to put you on the spot. We could.
No, you're good. You're good. It's a 1992 movie.
Hold on. You picked the movie and you don't know what it's about?
I do know what it's about.
Then tell us in your no.
He can give me the whole movie, but we don't have time for all that. That's
I'm not gonna tell you the whole movie. Go watch the whole movie, Brian. So, he plays an Nigerian outlaw and a killer who takes on more than years after he turned farming, and then he has to get revenge on Gene Hackman's character for what he does. So that's just a short version.
There you go. I gotcha. Eastwood's 316 says, "I'll pop a cap in your ass."
He's such a badass back in the day. He said 316, said, "I'll pop a cap in your ass."
Nice. I gotcha.
Oh, that's funny. But no, it's a classic in the genre. It was the last Western that Clint Eastwood ever did.
Yep.
So.
Oh boy,
right.
We're getting down to the nitty gritty. This is the number 2 spot, and this was kind of hard because this has always been one of my favorite movies. Anything after, I'm sorry, didn't need to be made. Just The Matrix.
Especially
Neo,
the newest one.
I haven't seen it. I've never seen.
I don't recommend you the new one.
I've never seen. Listen, I watched 2 and I was just like, oh my god, this is fucking horrible. It was just not good. Like The Matrix, this was the best out of that whole franchise, and I think they ruined it by giving us a little more. And I get it, dude, because you're right. I'm like, oh my god, I really want to see more. I think they even did an animated version of this, and I was not very thrilled with that either. I was like, okay, well, I guess I got to do acid to watch this movie or take some ecstasy or something. But it's hard to decipher whether or not I'm going to take the red pill or the blue pill right now. So,
Well, I think that button was programmed for Mark only, so it probably would have sent him something good. So,
yeah,
but Brian messed it up.
it's because I hit the red button.
Is that why all my? That's why all my joints in my body hurt worse.
The new Matrix,
good for him.
Not even a Matrix movie, wasn't it? In like 2020. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think whatever the new Matrix movie is
It
should have
felt like a John Wick Matrix movie, what it was supposed to be.
Yeah. So that
I love
was
those John Wick movies, but it wasn't really like.
fine.
But good pick. Matrix, changed the game for science fiction and action because a lot of people follow that bullet time stuff.
Oh yeah.
So what's your number 2, Mark?
Let's see here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No,
That's weak.
no, it's not. It's his favorite. Shut up.
No, that's not my favorite. That's just my number 2.
That's just his
And
number 2, but he
come
loves
on,
it.
at the time, that was worth watching. It was one of those things. You were watching the cartoons in the 80s, in the 90s. They came out with the, live action, and it was really good.
Asian dudes in turtle costumes, and they kicked ass, dude. They absolutely kicked ass.
And there was a successful independent film at the time too, before it got beaten by something.
You can't tell me when that first came out you weren't like, yeah, I want to watch that. Yeah,
I still watch it. We all watched it, man. We all.
I still watch it.
I think Mark was super fanning because Vanilla Ice made.
No, that was you. You were the one. You were the one that dressed like him. Maybe not the hairstyle, but
What, like because I wore the overall kind of thing with the strap down?
You also wore your pants halfway down, and
so what, dude? It was
trendy. To have that picture.
It was trendy, bro. I was trending back in the day.
He thought he was.
I felt like I was. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was always a nerd or something. I was the coolest nerdy fucking dude that you'll ever meet. Yeah, okay, maybe not, but
no.
Maybe not. I kind of want to go back and see those pictures from high school.
Well, then maybe this time hit the right button. You'll be able to.
Hey, I only have the one from 8th grade with all of us.
Oh, with Volpe and Thomas and you and me and
Swanson,
Sloan, or it wasn't Sloan, it was Swanson. That's right. Yeah. That's
the only one I have from 8th grade or even 7th grade.
But no, that is a fun '90s movie for sure, Mark.
Yeah,
for sure. The first live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was great, So, good choice. My number 2, is as you've seen in the intro, is where I ended up, Jurassic Park, for some darn odd reason.
Quite honestly, I thought that was going to be your number 1.
Nope, it's not my number 1, but it's close. Jurassic Park was, one of my favorite Spielberg films. It was one of the best movies to handle CGI. The dinosaurs looked amazing. And, amazing cast, phenomenal cast. And I liked the way the island looked, how the dinosaurs looked. They actually did the dinosaurs properly, lit properly. It looked amazing. I got to experience it in in time because almost got eaten by a T-Rex for some reason. You guys all saw.
How do you feel about the Chris Pratt versions of the new stuff? I mean, it's all CGI, so
I like them all.
Faster and better.
I will say this: I enjoyed, when Jurassic World came out, I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a lot. I enjoyed it.
I liked them. I thought that they did them really well.
Fallen Kingdom. I can't remember what Fallen Kingdom was about, but I did see it. But I
think that was a little let down.
It was a little let down for the first one. But Jurassic Park Dominion, it brought back all the original cast back. I enjoyed that. Especially if you watch the extended edition. I know not everyone's a fan of Dominion and everything, but I enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
So.
And Peter, Night 2, I would give it a C. I was going to give it a B, but I'll give it a C because of the AJ Styles and Logan Paul match. That's what brought it down.
But Jurassic Park has one of my favorite themes too. The Jurassic Park theme is iconic. The cast from
F. Sorry, Peter. I give it the last match. I give an F.
But we'll talk more about that tomorrow.
Yeah. But Sam Neill, and Laura Dorn, Jeff Goldblum,
Right. I loved it. Just that alone. When that first came out, everybody, I think went to the theater to see that. I think that was one of the best movies of the.
I've never been a fan of the Jurassic stuff, but going to the theater and seeing it in theater, it fucking if you were tired in the theater, you were awake. I promise you, that shit hits so hard. From the introduction of the first stomp on the ground, I was like, uh-oh.
The first time that you see one of them, you get the first view of the dinosaur. It's like, wow.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Great film.
It is.
Like I said, I'm not a huge fan, but going to the theater and seeing it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And it was something, groundbreaker with CGI. It really showed how you use CGI properly. So, and Spielberg directed it, and it was amazing. And I survived the world. I got out of there before being eaten before I get into the show. So, but no, I like Jurassic Park from 1993. So, all right, this is where it gets dangerous. We're on our before we're going to do any honorable mentions before we do our number ones.
Do you want to do the honorable mentions first, or do you want to do those last?
Or you want to do them last? What do you think?
I think we do them last.
We'll do them last. We'll just talk about the ones we didn't mention in our top 10.
So this movie that I have for my number one pick has everything, guys. It's got mystery, it's got sex, it's got investigative skills, it's got
investigating people's privates.
It's got drama. It's got everything. It's got the man Jim Carrey, dude. This guy can do anything, and I have waited so long for him to bring my Fire Marshal Bill character to life, and he still has not done that.
I don't think he'll ever get it.
The closest that we're gonna get is we're getting Ace Ventura, and I fucking loved every minute of it. Once again, went to the theater and saw this one and 2. And I will tell you, I loved 2. I really did. But it had to start somewhere, and it had to start with Ace Ventura and the Miami Dolphins losing their pride dolphin. All because the kicker, and I'm going to get spoiler alert, all because the kicker went crazy and became a woman. Is that about sum it up?
Yeah.
Well, that would make sense.
That about sums it up, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic movie. Like I said, it's got everything in it. It's got the comedy. It's got a little bit of horror. I mean, if you found out you just made out with a dude,
oh, you probably would like that.
That's you, Mark.
No, that's not me.
So that's where I landed. I'm a comedy guy, and I really, really enjoyed it. So
That's a good choice because that's one of his best for sure.
Yeah, Candyman, Scream, Wayne's
Wayne's World.
I was
Clerks.
gonna do Clerks, but I was torn.
Dazed and Confused. I sure was Dazed and Confused earlier. But,
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs,
Reservoir
Tombstone.
Dogs. Listen, I didn't pick it because my honorable mention is on here, and I'll tell you about that one as well.
Well, Brian's definitely survived whatever portal they went through, so Mark didn't have to get a tombstone. So. Or give him one, the Undertaker tombstone, put him out to sleep.
It wouldn't have knocked him out. He's taller, way taller than me, so.
Yeah.
And there's been enough damage to his head. He knows.
I know he's a wacky doodle as it is. We don't need to damage him
whatever.
anymore. He doesn't listen to you anyway, Mark.
All right. My number one is Shawshank Redemption.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. I knew it was on the list, and I knew it was coming.
That's my all-time favorite movie.
Yeah.
Classic masterpiece.
I was thinking
that's the real masterpiece
for Mark, but he said no, it's not. That's not his favorite. No, nothing.
He's got nothing.
No. I thought it was The Color Purple because.
No.
Well, I thought
I don't like that. I don't like that movie, anyways.
What?
The Color Purple. You like it? You
Yeah,
like that
it's
movie?
a fantastic movie. It's a heritage movie.
He's seeing in colors now, Mike.
I'm well aware of what the movie is. I just wasn't something I would sit down and watch all the time.
I gotcha. Shawshank Redemption. Why? Why is Shawshank your number one?
Because it's about somebody that's falsely accused and gets put in prison and gets put in the ringer.
Wait a minute. Was he falsely accused?
Yes.
Negative.
Read the fucking book.
He killed his wife, bro.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Read the book.
I'm not going to read the book. I'm just going to tell you.
Then you don't know. Then you don't know the whole damn thing.
His wife, his lover. Her lover. You know.
Read the book. Read the book.
What are you two talking about?
It's the movie, Shawshank Redemption.
If you read the book, it tells you. It goes into more detail.
Oh, that book.
He did not kill her.
Okay.
And they even proved it in the movie that he did not kill her. That's why he got.
I disagree. I think that there's he killed her. I think that you got to remember there's this thing called the Mandela effect. The movie you saw and the book you read isn't the same one that I've seen and read.
Oh, you're in the court. I'm mad at you both right now.
Bitch,
okay.
Who the fuck? I don't know what the. Stay off the drugs.
Yeah, Kyle.
Well, I'm just.
No, he drank the drugs.
And Brian ate donuts
from
that
your
were
house.
special. And Brian ate donuts that were special. So. Oh, sorry. I can't tell Brian his secrets. I should.
Brian, rewatch the damn movie.
I will. It's probably changed since the Mandela effect has taken place.
You guys made it look like they were still talking about something else in the 90s, but.
Oh, we can talk about any movie like that.
For sure. So.
All right, what's your number one there, Kyle?
So,
what's your number one?
My number one? It's good thing we didn't send Brian Back to the Future, I tell you. But my number one is Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Oh, okay.
This is my introduction to the to the Terminator franchise. I saw this first so many times, and my dad finally told me there was a first one. So, because I was so anticipated for the the complete massacre scene, because they do reference in the movie, but Terminator 2, is it's more action. Arnold's on the good side this time. Robert Patrick, I think he did an awesome job as the bad Terminator. He was a scary Terminator too.
Oh yeah.
Edward Furlong was great in it. Sarah Connor got more badass. She changed, her story arc changed in this one.
Her story arc changes in almost every one of them.
Yeah,
well, because it goes with the timeline, dude. You got to remember. And it's crazy because there's this thing called Starlink, and isn't Starlink a company that
is not? Yes, we have internet through them.
Create the Terminator. The T. Yeah. What are they? They're T20. What are they called? T something.
But I always thought when he remember, it was funny when he goes up to the bikers, says, "I need your boots." I need your boots. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. You forgot to say please, and he puts the cigar on him, and it doesn't burn him, and then he throws the guy into the cooking area and lands on the hot stuff.
Oh,
The other guy gets fired, gets thrown out in the car, beats everybody up, and then he comes out walking back to the boat. And he just slowly walks. The guy takes the glasses and the shotgun away from him, and gets on the bike.
I feel like the best scene in that movie is when Robert Patrick is answers the phone as the mom, and is holding the dad or the boyfriend or whatever he was.
Oh, like
with
this,
the spike thing, with the spiked arm. I love that spot, dude. I was like,
oh yeah, it was this way, wasn't it?
God.
Yeah. Well, because and then the Terminator tested him because he tried to see what the dog's name was, and he said it wrong. Hey, Wolfie, and he realized, yeah, your foster parents are dead.
Yeah.
And the way they break her out, and they go after whatever that guy's name that they go after. When Shigo tries to kill him, but they take him to that one place, and he sacrifices that when he blows it up. And of course, the fight scene between him and Robert Patrick at the end is brutal. And then sad when he comes down.
Kyle's breaking his whole studio, y'all.
Well, that's what happens when you're
breaking the whole studio.
But no, it's sad when he ends, when he has to say goodbye to Sarah Connor, and
he gets lowered down on the chain,
and he has his thumb up in the fire. Yeah. So I could go on about the movie, but I know you guys want to end it soon, so otherwise I could be talking about the whole movie. But
it's all good. It's all good.
The classic. So it's one of my favorite movies. So now some honorable mentions that we didn't mention.
Let me see here. Give me 1 second.
Why don't you just say what they are?
I got you right here. Hush. Honorable mention number 1. Go ahead. You pop that one up on screen. This movie had everything in it too, including fantastic. Yeah. Oh my God, dude! If you didn't watch Pulp Fiction, shame on you. John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Harvey Keitel. I mean, come on, dude. The list goes on and on. And I still want to know what was in the freaking suitcase. If anybody,
Bruce Willis was in it too.
Yeah. If anybody figures out what was in the suitcase, let me know, because still trying to figure it out.
What else you got?
And then my other one was American Pie, the original. American Pie, the original.
We don't need to see you with a pie either.
It was funny. You know, it was a funny film. Unfortunately, the characters in this are no longer playing funny characters that I can see.
You're not going to watch American Funeral?
I mean, I'll watch it. I mean, American Pie was fantastic. American Pie 2 was good.
It just kept going downhill after that.
It just keeps going downhill, and it's not funny anymore, you know? You can only do the same jokes so many times, right?
Right. That's why when American Funeral comes out, I'm not sure how well I'm going to.
Is that actually confirmed, though?
Yes.
And who died? Do we know?
Stifler's mom.
Oh, Stifler's mom died.
Well, we know what Finch did with her.
Yeah, like those characters in American Pie 1 are fucking great because they're all funny. American Pie 2, they start to get stale, and you're just like, okay.
Right.
Yeah,
and then it goes down.
Yeah, oh my God, Elizabeth as
American
Nadia.
Reunion, that was... Yeah.
Nadia can come to the house anytime.
Oh, yeah.
But getting Eugene Levy to play his dad was awesome.
My last honorable mention was a film that was an MTV original, and it was, oh my God, what was it called?
Are you trying to be on MTV and they turned you down, Brian?
No. God dang it! It was something to do about a college. To get a grade in college, you're to die.
Dead Man on Campus.
Dead Man on Campus. It was fucking great, dude. Yeah, Dead Man on Campus.
Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Yeah, fantastic movie, dude. Fantastic movie. And that was my last. All right, Mark.
All right. Well, see, I have to do this one because I just want to, and that's Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
It's because you got to see a hoo-ha.
Well, that's not the only thing I got to see.
There's a lot of nudity in that film, Brian.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mark
And
was 13, sitting there with a
And
bottle.
Sharon Stone was hot in that. That's not not.
no, I was not. I did not have a bottle of baby oil.
I didn't say baby oil. I said baby lotion.
Oh
You were
no!
thinking it, Brian. He knows your brain.
Oh, it's cooking oil. My bad.
Shampoo.
Oh, Lord.
The next one, I had to go with a cartoon. Most people would say Lion King, but that wasn't one of my favorites. I liked Aladdin.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You guys all remember Fern Gully? That was
Yeah.
Yes.
with
And my last one, which one was it?
You only had 37 movies to choose from.
I know.
Friday the 13th part.
No, I did not have any of them on there. Actually, Devil's Advocate.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
another Keanu movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like Tombstone with Val Coomer and all those amazing casts.
Yes.
I just watched Tombstone for the first time a couple years ago.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was. I fell asleep.
Wow.
I fell asleep for about 20 minutes and woke up and had to rewatch it.
He's like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yep.
But it's good. It's one of his best performances for sure, though, I would say.
Yeah.
I do like Fern Gully was pretty cool with Tim Curry with Rob Williams. That's a pretty amazing one. I like I think Sixth Sense was cool. You know,
Oh,
Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I thought Wes Craven's New Nightmare was pretty fun. I enjoyed that.
For the time, yes.
For the time, yeah. As much this Godzilla film gets crap, and it's not a good Godzilla film, not by long shot. But
it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I still have fun with it. The 1998 Godzilla movie. There's still some fun to have in there.
Right.
But as a Godzilla movie, it is pretty bad. That's why Toho get the big FU to the movie when Godzilla took down the Zilla in Final Wars in a few seconds. It's a squash match. But great movie. I think Bug's Life is great too from Pixar.
Oh, yeah.
That was the follow up to Toy Story.
I was glad to see that they did Bug's Life, and then they did, what was it, Ants?
Ants, yeah. That one was a good one too.
It was really good. Yeah.
That was Sly Stallone in that one, I think, right?
Yes.
Yes.
There were so many good ones. I think Event Horizon was great too. So many from the 90s, you know what I mean? The hard to just name them off. I'll have a whole list.
Next time we're on the show, we'll talk about terrible movies that we'll never watch again.
Oh, that would be a fun one.
Send it to the bottom of the ocean. This is why you shouldn't watch this movie.
But Mark mentioned Scream 1. I'm going to mention Scream 2, the sequel. So.
That one was okay. I liked it. The only one out of the bunch I didn't like was 3.
Yeah.
But after a while, that one sort of, goes along with it.
Right.
You got to have a story there. My question to you guys was the original Saw movie in the 90s, or was it actually
2004?
Oh, yeah. See, so it took them that long to give us Saw. I was thinking I was thinking it was like late 90s.
Why do you think I didn't say it?
Oh, I got to mention Heat was pretty good with De Niro and Pacino.
Oh, yeah.
Fight Club, Saving Private Ryan, Home Alone, Good Will Hunting. I almost said Good Real Hunting, but they're an awesome channel. Fargo. A lot of good stuff.
I never saw Fargo until I watched the show.
The Green Mile, Independence Day, Iron Giant.
Now you're just going down a list now.
Yeah, he is. He's got a bunch.
Men in Black. Big Lebowski.
I almost picked Men in Black because it's a watchable movie. Let's sit down.
The first one, yes.
Yeah,
Twister.
why not? You know what NYPD stands for? Knock your punk ass down.
I gotta say, Twister with Bill Paxton is pretty cool.
The original Twister. I haven't
Dumb
seen.
and Dumber is pretty funny.
You haven't watched the.
I haven't watched it.
I'll tell you this. It has nothing to do with the original. So watch it.
That's weird.
It just has the same name. Just watch it.
Okay, fine.
Just watch it.
He won't.
Oh.
He'll only watch. I guarantee you.
My wife has
if I went over there.
No, my wife has asked me to watch this movie with her, and I said no. I think she's already watched it.
I like it. It was really good. Me and my wife went to the theater to see it.
Well, you did? How was that experience?
I
Before
loved
we
it.
go off?
I love the fact of the theater and it, having it all there, the noise, everything. Oh, it's fucking awesome.
I didn't mind also Starship Troopers, when they fight those big bugs from the 90s.
I'm sort of curious on what the new one's going to be like.
Yeah. There's a game that's right on the consoles right now that's like the homage to the movie. So.
I'm curious on if they're going to do it the same way, if it, but with better effects. Who knows?
Right. But I think we named a lot of them. Even Candyman, I gotta give props to. Candyman, Tony Todd's Candyman. So, even wasn't Child's Play 2 in the 90s? I think.
Oh yeah, I think so.
So, I just want to save the horror for the end.
Well, I didn't pick a whole lot of horror.
I wanted to surprise you guys this time.
I literally thought you were going to pick a lot of horror stuff because I was like,
everybody knows that I talk about horror, but I want to surprise everybody in the stream today.
Kyle's going to have shit like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre fucking remakes and shit like that. Like, no.
The remake wasn't even in the 90s. That was 2000.
No, it was like 2000.
That was the next generation. That was in the 90s.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, what do you got coming up, Kyle?
Well, you first, Brian. You're the guest.
Because he doesn't know.
I know what I'm.
I know.
What do we have coming up?
Tomorrow night, we're going to be on somebody else's podcast, Mark, and we're going to be talking about our wrestling predictions. Unfortunately, your boy Brian
came in last
place. But listen, I just ran in the other direction. That's all I did. When you start losing, just pick the wild cards, bud.
Hey, you did good at WrestleMania until the second night. But if you want to know who won it all, you're gonna have to watch tomorrow night.
Yeah.
What show are we on?
We're gonna be on what is
Bert's Corner.
Bert's Corner.
Which is a part of Good Real Hunting. So if you follow Good Real, you can follow Bert's Corner, and you'll find us there. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Is that what we're doing? 8, 7 Central?
8
o'clock. You better reach out to him and let me know because
it's 8 o'clock.
I've got things.
He's in. Yeah, right. You don't have nothing. Oh,
I'm gonna be out of town tomorrow.
It's 8. I know that.
Yeah.
All right, now you.
Oh,
Kyle.
for me, I'll be back tomorrow. Well, I do have a video dropping tomorrow. My reaction to the new I Know You Did Last Summer. And then Thursday, I'm interviewing Anna Marcus, the director of Jason Goes to Hell, and the making is his documentary, The Heart of Darkness, the making of the Final Friday. And then this Friday, I'm doing a Jurassic Park watch party with Jake Collins, Ryan Cam, Matt White, maybe Jacob Martin. So we'll be doing that. And then Saturday, it's a busy week for some reason. It happened this way. And then Saturday, this is the only day they can do it. Davey and Ant from the Forgotten Horror Channel will be joining me on Saturday. We'll be discussing our non-horror films of the 80s. So non-horror films of the 80s. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, me and Brian's taking 2 weeks off. So
yeah, you got a packed schedule, buddy.
Yeah. And then
no Call of Duty for you, huh?
Oh, there will be. We'll find time in there. And then me and Jorge will be continuing our Halloween watch party series, I think, on the 27th. So, and then on the May 10th, I'm interviewing Tiffany Helm, she is Brooke Bunny's daughter, who is Violet in Friday the 13th Part 5. So I'll be interviewing Tiffany on May 10th. So,
okay.
And even I think we're looking to interview Lance Warlock, the son of Dick Warlock, here soon as well. He was the kid that bumped. He was the kid wearing the boombox that bumped into Michael Myers in Halloween 2, and now he's also a composer these days. And I'm looking forward to talk to him. That'll be a lot of fun. And then I won't say the other big guest here yet, but I'll tell you guys off screen. So, but no, this was a lot of fun, Mark and Brian, for joining me for Talking Shit. We'll say our goodbyes backstage, but I think maybe this time we should hit the right button to send us out of here.
Hey, Brian, which button did you hit last time?
I don't remember.
Oh, fuck.
Which one do I need to
We're really
hit?
screwed.
Which one do I need to hit?
So which one did you? No, don't hit the middle button. Don't hit the says that don't touch. Hit the one that's hit the blue button. That should send us out.
He hit the blue button last time, I
Oh,
thought.
the bottom button then.
This
The
one?
red one?
Yeah.